Hello, welcome to this video. I'm very excited. I don't know if you can tell I'm very excited. How many people clicked off the video just because I did that? Oh well. So, this is Final Fantasy 1. This is the opening thing when you first when you first turn on the NES. This is the thing. It scrolls down with the backstory of the world. I am playing Final Fantasy 1. I am playing a physical cartridge on my NES because Magic the Gathering is coming out with a Final Fantasy collaboration, I believe, next year, and I'm really excited for that because my brother is super into Magic the Gathering, and I kind of want to get him hyped as I am for it. This is kind of like the most interested I've been in Magic. I like Magic, don't get me wrong, but my focuses tend to wander quite a bit. But this one is like, oh wow, it has my full attention. So I'm gonna be doing a little marathon because I feel like it. I'm not really a Let's Player, so I'm not very good, but hopefully I can make this entertaining. I kind of give it up on YouTube in case you haven't been able to tell. Anyway, this is probably one of my favorite NES games ever. Out of all my collection, which isn't much, to be fair. This is definitely the NES game I've played the most. It's probably my favorite. It's in contention between this and the third entry, Final Fantasy 3. But this one's pretty up there. So I'm going to make my party. There's 6 classes in this game. First one is Fighter. I'm gonna name her Ness. And then the second one is gonna be a Red Mage. That's gonna be me. Lopo. No, not Lopex. Lopo. There we go. And then the next one is going to be a White Mage named... Not a White Mage. White Mage named Zai. Z. And then Black Mage named Carl. As you can tell, I can only fit 4 letters in here, so I have to improvise my names, but let's get this started. So this is how the game starts you out. Now, I have with me the instruction booklet. You know what? I'm gonna do this first episode without my little PNG tuber guy. Usually I have that kind of in the corner somewhere. But for now I'm gonna have him not be there. Next episode I'm probably gonna record with him. Oh wow, the beginning of let's keep interest in the Philippines. Yeah, the manual for this version is fucking thick, but it doesn't provide any story. Instead, it's just a full-ass walkthrough for the first half of the game. It pretty much gives you the story right out front. So we are in Corneria. We have a dancer here. We need to wash our face, apparently. So we start off... let's see here. We start off with 0 experience points. Each class starts off with different base stats, and they grow as we level up. But you can see 10% hit chance and 10 damage. That's a bit risky. Let's get some armor. We start off with 400 gold. Oh wait, jeez. So first things first, we are going to get armor for everyone. So we're gonna get 2 chainmail armors, 1 for me and 1 for Ness, and we're gonna get 2 claws for Carl and Z. Oh, that was a little visual bug. That's how you can tell I'm playing on actual hardware. My NES probably needs to get recapped soon. And then we're gonna get weapons for everyone. I'm going to get 2 rapiers for me and Ness. And then a hammer for Z. I'm not used to these names, in case you can't tell. And a small dagger for Carl. And then we have $185 left, and which is just enough to get one spell. We're gonna get Z a cure spell. There are 6, this NPC is important back here, because he tells you the lore. Lacan is a sage who used to live in this town, but, essentially the plot is, I'm not gonna go around telling everybody, but essentially what the plot is that, oh yeah, I have to equip things. I forgot about that. So you have to equip the armor. I almost forgot. That would have been embarrassing. So, the plot is essentially we're just 4 travelers, and we have these crystals with us. And there's a prophecy in this town that warriors with 4 crystals are gonna, like, bring peace to the world. And that's pretty much all you get, and let's go into our first battle. So, this is the battle screen. I heard sound error there. I don't know if anyone else heard that. I kind of messed up here, but it's fine. So, while we're doing this, I can kind of explain what this game's about. Like, for the parties, oh god. Good thing I saved! I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Had to sort out some technical difficulties. So anyway, as I was saying, there are 6 jobs in this game. This game has 6 classes, I should say. There is the warrior, red mage, white mage, and black mage you see here. There's also 2 other classes called monk and thief. So let's go through a quick explanation of each one. The warrior is pretty much your tank. You put them in the top slot, and then they deal all the damage and take all the damage. The red mage is kind of a jack of all trades, master of none. And like they can use a lot of white magic and black magic, but they can use some really high-end weapons. But they can't use like a lot of the high-level stuff, like the high-level magic and the high-level and the higher levels their gear is still pretty good, but it's more early on they get access to better gear. White mage is your healer. Black mage is solely focused on magic. Their defense is, their like physical defense and offense is really bad, but they can use black magic. And then the other 2 classes are thief and monk. Thief is supposed to make you run away faster, but the way running away works in this game is bugged, so it doesn't really work very well. That being said, they are still very fast, and they do get better later on, but they are pretty much worthless or not completely worthless, but they are not great for a majority of the game because of that bug. And the monk is like a hand-to-hand, where they don't have really good defenses, but instead they use their fists to fight, and they can do pretty good damage, but they're more like glass cannons than specifically like they'll do a lot of damage, but they can die really easily if you're not careful. That's kind of the overview of each class. It's kind of like a prototype for another system that's later used in Final Fantasy 3, 5, and 11, called the job system. So you might hear me say their jobs instead of classes. Jobs and classes are the same thing in this series. Anyway, as you can see, we are in the only castle. This is the only castle you can get to at this point in the game. it's actually pretty dangerous for me in here since I didn't level up. A lot of people will tell you that this game, being an early NES RPG, requires you to grind. I kind of completely disagree with. We're gonna run from these guys because they're very threatening. Gonna cure Z up. Uh-oh. Anyway, people say like beating this game without grinding is impossible because they see it as an early NES game. They see like, oh, it's an early NES game. Like, of course you have to grind. And there are parts of this game where it is very helpful to grind. For example, this beginning part here. Usually the recommended thing to do is to grind before you even enter this place. I don't do that. I think I am gonna do it just to not risk dying. But I've done it several times without dying. I've gone in here at level 1 and beaten the boss in here without leveling a single level. But I think I am gonna get... Oh, never mind. Since we did level up, I'm gonna head back to the town to heal up. Because you don't get healed after each level up. So, as you can see, it's telling us exactly what we're getting. We have strength, intelligence, vitality, speed, and luck. So funny thing about intelligence, it isn't finished. That's the thing about this game. This first game, this first version on the NES, it's very buggy. It was made by Square back when they weren't really like a big company. They were just like a group of guys doing whatever the fuck they wanted. And as a result, it's very buggy. There's also a language barrier between, I don't know how huge language barrier is. This is me speculating, by the way. Between the programmers, Nasir Jabeli, and the rest of the team, who were Japanese. Nasir Jabeli is from America, and he moved to Japan to work at Square for pretty much the duration of the NES era and a good chunk of the SNES era, I believe. And he didn't speak English, or didn't speak Japanese when... Shit, that's not good. Okay, we have to have Z heal up Ness. I do want to kill this guy because he gives a lot of money. This is a rare encounter that's that can mess you up if you're not careful. Also, be warned, there are flashing lights in this video. in this video series, there's not much I can do about that because this game is old. No one cared about epilepsy at the time, so $15. I think I have enough. Let's check. I have enough for 2 more spells. Anyway, this game is very buggy, is what I was saying. And actually, I have enough for 1 spell because I don't have enough money to buy more. I should buy another cure spell for myself. That way, if something bad happens and I get screwed, then we have 4 heals instead of 2. Anyway, this game is very old. It is very buggy. Most of the bugs, I would say, are not detrimental to the experience, but it has a couple really bad ones. For example, there's some spells. There's a spell you can get in this town that's supposed to make enemies like easier to hit, and it does the opposite because it like overflows to the negatives, which is just, oh wow, okay. We got Grimps. That's just something you have to deal with. At the time, the state of game development at the time in Japan was a lot of people were more interested in making hardware rather than software. At least that's what I read online from interviews I've seen. I'm not super well versed in it, but oh my god, shut timer. But yeah. So like there's constantly people in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, and like that's kind of hard to communicate what's needed in a game when you're constantly swapping out your staff. So as a result, this game is quite buggy. And like there's very little credits in this game, mostly because I mean people were just coming and going. You know, it was kind of seen as like a dishwasher job. You know. Anyway, so I when I came in here earlier, I grabbed the treasures. There was a cap, a potion, a heal, and a cabin. A cabin is essentially a save point you can do in the overworld, but I decided not to do that because I saved anyway. And then we got a cap, and I'm gonna trade that and have me wear the cap. No one touches the princess! Yeah, this is Garland. If you went to the castle, you would know, like, this is a disgraced knight who just kidnapped the princess because he's a dick. So this is the first boss fight in the game. And if you're level 1, it can actually be a little bit scary. Unfortunately, I didn't buy Carl a spell, so he's going to be doing 2 damage. Whoops. But since we're level 2, this should be easier than I'm used to. Though he still can hit my mages pretty hard, I think. So this is just gonna be like, we're just gonna be punching him. Just 4 people just beating the shit out of him. He's just like in the corner, like kicking him. Yeah, he did 39 damage crit to Ness, so let's go ahead and take care of that. Actually, I should probably attack my red mage, not heal. That would be a poor use. Yeah, so normally I would have like Carl have a spell, but I didn't really think of that. There'd be more things to show off. Now we're just hitting him. And we got taking a beating. 2 damage. Terminated. Alright, we beat Garland. 32 experience points and 250 gold. That can get us a couple spells. Fuck this guy. These guys can be scary if you're not careful, but I think we'll be fine. I say as I get hit for 18 damage. I'm actually silent. God damn it. Really, now? I should have used the cabin. Let's talk to the lady. You are the Light Warriors. So yeah, that's the first boss. He's gonna make... This king is gonna order the bridge to be fixed, and we can continue. I'm going to try to fix this. I'll be back later.